Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, here with the 15th session of the new Divines Dungeons & Dragons campaign. We have Eric as Stan and Austin as Rolfur. David down there, that's Terry. We got Ryan as Billy over there. And we have Bob as the old man, despite the fact that he told me his character's name was going to be John when we started this. So it says John, but really it's the old man. Maybe I'll change it eventually. Maybe we'll just...
Identities are fluid.
Identity fluid, yeah. Let's see. Last time, y'all were in another world. In the Underland. You met with a practiced wizard, Henwick, and traveled from there to meet with Paylor, a god on that world of light and healing. You learned a bit about divinity on their world, some that might relate to your own world's divinity situation. And after a discussion with Paylor, bargaining some information, you returned home, landing in a muddy riverbed outside the city walls of Nexin, and realizing time has passed here on your own world as well, because your follower numbers have grown.
We just disappeared and everyone still worshipped us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still doing good.
Yeah. In fact, more people you've gained. People have spread the news of you while you were away. So you would gain.
I need
additional.
16. Can I get at least 16?
I already gave you the followers that had that. That's how you got up to your numbers. You are Mr. has more followers than anyone else.
I need 16 more though. So
yeah, but you'll probably get it sooner rather than later. But otherwise, so it's you five, along with Ellis and Eili, all sort of sliding down muddy riverbed, just outside of Nexin. What do you do?
Huh? Ellis?
Eili and Alice.
Oh, Alice. I misheard what you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just combine the two to one.
Yeah.
Ellis.
Ellis.
So, going to go ahead and control water, clean myself off, prestidigitation myself dry, offer the service for any of them.
Yeah.
yes, sure.
How far are we from the city approximately?
Like you can see the outside wall.
Oh, so maybe like a minute to get over there.
If you go around the wall, it's probably about. You don't know.
Okay.
If you ask the old man, you would know it to be probably around a 40 to 50-minute walk around the outside to the actual entrance from this side of the town, of the city.
Okay.
Yeah, start walking.
I cast.
Do you leave them while they walk?
We what?
I'm asking if the old man walks with them or leaves.
Do I know a faster way in?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely ditch them. I go invisible and ditch them.
So the old man points, yeah, it's about 40-50 minutes that way, and...
I cast Find Greater Speed.
What do you find?
My Pegasus.
Okay.
Of course.
Can that sit too?
Yeah,
Castle.
I'll take Alice back, no problem.
You know what? It's not what I meant, but Terry would be very pleased with that answer.
You're floating on your disc going, I'm going to starve!
I'm not so worried about Terry. He can fly.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna abandon the other two. Wait, two? Oh, LA. That's what
LA.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
LA and Rolfur.
Yeah, so
She's in
Alice will
Cali.
go with you, Billy.
Take the long way out.
So the others of you make your walk.
The prettiest.
If
of
your
you.
concern is starving, you do find walking around the city, that there is a wide, what you think maybe used to be a grove long ago, but has just basically been allowed to rejoin with the forest. But natural pears, just pears growing throughout, pretty much like the what would that be? Like the south side of the city, just all through, like, along the jungle, going along it. So
Can I
It's
take
not
a-
one. There's like two of them. It's a pair.
no, like as you're walking along the way through the city, it's like hundreds.
So, can I take a cooking check to see about like if these would be good for anything?
Sure.
I mean, they're pears. They're good for lots of things.
They could be poisonous. I don't know. My country doesn't have pears.
They really go good with a lot of things. It pairs well.
Well, my 9, despite the fact that I'm rolling 3 dice, gets me. It's a pear.
Wouldn't that be survival check, David? Does he know if it's poisonous or not?
Well, so 9 is the total after your bonuses.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're aware that they are not poisonous. That they are edible.
I'm gonna
They
leave
don't
them
quite
the fuck
seem
be.
to be ripe from what you're bugging them. Maybe at a later point they'd be better.
Okay.
But a little tough right now.
Yeah, not gonna worry about it.
Yep.
So many dice.
And they all hate you.
Put them in dice jail.
No, these are my pretty purple ones.
And yet they failed you. Put them in dice jail.
Otherwise, yeah. John, you slipped through the sewers, and in about 6 minutes are back in the city.
I hope you're gross.
No. Well,
I clean up
assuming
at the
that Terry
station
cleaned
by that,
him before he left into the sewers, he's not gross. If you,
He specifically said yes, he does take the.
the cleaning, okay.
Yeah, I clean up at the conveniently placed station for that.
Wow.
No, I just the plot specific, importantly placed cleaning station.
You know, your
I go,
background was probably 30 pages, so I wouldn't be surprised.
It wasn't 30 pages. It was like maybe one.
I
Maybe one,
said,
maybe two.
answer these questions about your character because I'm building the world around you. Bob was like, okay then. Will do.
2-3 pages. It's fine.
Just keeps going up.
I watered them. They grew.
But getting into the city so much sooner, do you have anything you want to do, actually, here?
Proselytize? I forgot, like, I know I had plans, I don't remember what they were. How many days since I bought the inn? Because
Time
I've
has
already
passed.
paid for the upgrade.
You're not exactly sure how much time has passed while you were in the other world.
Okay, I guess I'll go to the inn and figure out how much time has passed.
Okay.
That's the goal. Figure out. Gotta get our sit rep.
See if
I just ask him what day it is.
we need to see if Yordle's come back.
Is
Otherwise,
he still stuck in the hole?
No.
Billy and Alice, you arrive. There are guards stationed on the outer wall, so you are approached as you are arriving, but you were not like instantly attacked or anything. You're
I friendly wave at them.
Yeah.
And it's like, hello, we're returning.
because of some of the audience you've had with the king and such. They catch what it is, and
It's not every day you see a man riding a Pegasus around the place, is it?
no, it's not.
How are things have been going this past week? Since we've
Pleasant
been on.
enough.
Oh, How long has it been?
We
cut
don't
off.
know yet.
Yeah, we don't know. I'm just guessing.
He's guessing.
And he's like pleasant enough.
Same old, same old.
Yeah. Good to have some quiet time, especially for a man in your vocation.
Yes, well. So far things haven't been stirred up at all, so we can stay that way.
Yes. Well, hopefully it will turn out for the best.
Certainly.
So, any news of anything in particular lately? Just pretty quiet?
Yes, nothing really. Kind of looking a little confused.
Yeah, well, just been away and wanted to see if anything interesting had been going on. Alright. Well, have a fine day, sir.
And you?
Where would you like to go, Alice?
Back to the inn.
Alright.
Could use a good rest.
Go ahead and drop her off.
And she will. She'll head up to the room. She will take a rest, as it has been.
I'll go back and I'll go and try to recollect Eili, so I can drop her back off at her place.
Okay. By the time you catch up to them, they're finding them as far as around as they move their way around the outer wall. You'd also come across them as they're walking by the pear fields, and she's more keen just to enter the front gates.
Oh, well,
She doesn't want to.
I figured I'd offer.
That kind.
Then if that's the case, then I'm going to go to Ilga's library.
Okay.
Before I leave the group here, I tell them that I'm going to be visiting Ilga's library.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did anybody want to go with me? I seem
Yeah,
to have an
that's-
extra seat.
I don't want to hurt the horse, but thank you.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure your extra seat fits Starry.
You know what? You're not gonna be galloping through the city, so my disc could probably match speed. So yeah, I'll come with.
Just get a tow rope. You'll be good.
And then, I mean, I guess I could just tow him along.
Well, no, like I've got my floating disc, so.
Yeah, but you'd be like a wakeboard, like floating disc floats there. It doesn't have like a speed limit, does it?
Wow.
But
It would be a little weird to be galloping a Pegasus through. It would be a little weird to gallop through the city in general.
Yeah, the Pegasus is the weird thing, not the guy wakeboarding behind it.
Pulling the
You're
carry
an
cart.
overweight man being dragged by a winged horse. I'm just saying, with a man with a purple top hat on top of the horse, you're fucking conspicuous.
So what I'm
I
hearing
think
is,
that's their goal, though.
The turtle man on top of the Pegasus pulling the fat guy on a disc.
And John, you've made it back to the. You said you were going back to the inn tavern. Yeah, you make it back.
Check on my spy.
Yes.
What day?
Thursday.
It is critical roll on.
We're not sponsored.
I friggin' knew you were gonna say Thursday. No, I go.
I just
what?
chose a random day. It is
And what day
day
is the what-
60
yeah.
total,
Day.
which let's see. I feel like you arrived in Nexin on day 47. So, like, within a day or two of that was when you bought the tavern. So, it's been like 12 or 13 days since you bought the tavern.
And I have to do a full 100 days for the full upgrade, right?
It was 120 days. Because it is ready on day 167, according to my notes.
That Wyken on it.
Well, I mean, it's already paid.
Yeah.
So how many days has he said it's been that we've been going?
since you've been gone, has been 11.
Okay, I'm gonna go check on
Hasn't been that long. I was thinking,
my little
like,
projects.
Mhm.
So like the little temple I'm having built, all that fun stuff.
Alright, so you start making your way to there.
I'm having it in the theater district, right? Or am I having that thing built?
Pretty sure it was theater district.
Yeah, it's there, or it might have been like the next street over kind of thing, but it was close to it.
Sick. All right.
Yeah, so you had a couple streets back, easy enough.
Yeah, it's just I go around and I check on that, and I check on my followers too, see if anyone's praying to me that requires attention.
John speaking with the spy master about purchasing land near the theater district to build a temple.
Yeah. Okay, so you're still trying to find land.
Spymaster should have it in 11 days.
Yeah.
The spy
Then yeah, I would go and speak to him then. Because my coffers just took a mighty hit.
Meanwhile, Terry and Billy, you arrive at the library.
Yeah, so we head on in unless there's something of note outside.
No, just looks the same as ever.
So, Billy, were you wanting to look into these otherworldly gods as well?
What? I've come to tell Ilga about what we've learned. Since she was willing to help us research the information about the old gods of this reality.
Well, I'll definitely come with for that.
Okay.
And if it's necessary, guidance.
So yeah, you
Okay.
enter, and she's easy enough to find. With tomes piled on a table near the center as usual. You've been gone?
Yes. Let's say, how many days has it been?
Oh, I think it's been 11 or 12 since I last saw you.
Oh, okay. That I was thinking maybe a week, but closer to 2, so that's still fine. Anyway, so what's been going on this end of things? Have you learned anything? Is anything?
We were looking into some of the gods. She give me a couple minutes. She makes some notes down and moves some books before getting up and going to one of the sections of the library that looks much more neatly organized. One of the sections she's already been through. And finds quickly a tome and brings up here. They don't keep any of the old religious texts. I'm told it may be somewhere, but they've not kept it here. However, they do have a couple volumes that are commentaries on the gods from around the time they disappeared. There was lots of back and forth. In theory, some of the most devout followers from a few of the gods at the time have given word, that is to say, that apparently they were going to be altering themselves into new beings, although believed to be a near immediate effect that was to occur. That is to say, the gods basically told their followers that they were going to change, but not disappear.
Someone messed up the math.
It seems so.
Apologize for the lag.
I wonder if that... And there were 3 at the time, right?
3?
How many deities were there at the time?
Oh, no.
She's been indefinite.
That's actually what I'm looking at right
She has been imprecise about that.
Okay.
She's looking through books at this point, so I think it was 7.
Okay. I don't know why I had in my head that they had condensed themselves once already. But,
Hmm.
okay. Do we know if they didn't match our domains, did they?
Maybe some of them.
Well, I mean, to some extent, I mean, I know that, for example, the goddess Serana was over both the arcane and knowledge.
Hmm.
Was particular interest to me, but I think they generally had more than one area of focus.
I see. Well, we have quite a story to tell you.
Oh. Let's put this back, keep things neat. She goes up and puts the book she had back on the shelf. Of course, when I've finished here and move on to other libraries, I might find more information there.
Yes, we found information that is related to our divinity, but some of the stuff that we learned was not exactly transferable information that would have been important to us in any sort of way. So the event that we've been displaced for the past 11 days is we have, through good fortune, were able to find a means of crossing to an alternate reality where gods were still present, and went and visited one such god.
Seems risky.
Indeed it was, and I do not suggest it, for if you do so, your divinity will not be present in that reality.
My.
But to describe him, we met with a god that was called Pelor, who was a god of sun and life and healing. And he ended up being quite helpful in trying to answer best as he could the questions that we had about the state of our divine being. For the most part, he said that all things would come in time to us, as far as when we asked him questions about crafting the outer planes for afterlives and such. He said that that would be something that would come to us in due time, and that wasn't anything that we needed to have any sort of imparted knowledge to do. One of the things that was relayed to us was that gods can have a connection to their servants that can be shared back and forth, and that cruel and evil gods could rule with iron fists, but that the joy servants feel in serving their god could also be in turn a joy that's shared by the god and such, as far as whatever more little kind of detail of what it's like to be a divinity. One of the things that we learned from an analysis of Terry's life, that the deity was able to provide us with some information, was that the situation around us being able to consume one another as far as divinities, we were enlightened about that particular aspect, and the way that it is done
Is not such to be concerned. Can be concerning. It's a willing thing.
Hold on just a moment. Perception check. So, did I get a 13? Is it just us here in the library?
I mean, there's probably Another 6 or 7 people walking around. You said total was 13. None of them seem to be listening actively. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I explained to. Yeah, I'll go ahead and use the message cantrip to send this information over to her, and say that in order for our divine powers to be transferred from one to another, the other has to willingly worship the other. As far as our what would you say it? Our counterbalance domain, our corresponding domain. So. If
that
you,
should hopefully ease aggressions.
So there's no known way that he revealed to us that it could be forcibly taken.
Well then,
I'm of the opinion that we should spread this knowledge.
Let everyone
I'm
know
always
that
fine with more knowledge.
You know, for those of us that, when we do recognize that there's a way to do it, I feel like the answer needs to be readily available for the question.
Suppose it could be dangerous if one were to try to figure it out on their own.
Mm-hmm. I'm just glad that it hasn't come to that yet.
Yes.
Ilga,
From anyone.
Do you know what his the current state or happenings around Nim? What Nim's been doing?
She disappeared around the same time that you did.
Ryan, that sounds super suspicious. Hey, we can eat other gods. By the way, have you seen my polar opposite around?
We just explained that
No,
you can't...
Ryan is speaking to his polar opposite.
Yeah, I'm speaking to Ilga. She is my opposite.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'm just wanting you to. Sure.
No, like I don't. None of you are necessarily perceptive enough unless you're actively trying. But no, like what he's saying. And regarding the observing, like she like kind of stepped back, like okay, what?
Is...
Yeah, but I've never been hostile with
Yeah.
Ilga because we've been on good terms.
Yeah, no, she. That's why it's only the kind of thing in her eyes where she's been. There's reason for concern because.
It's not like he came alone.
Yeah, and it's like, I'll have to tell Rolfur.
Yes, I suppose they would probably be. I wasn't. Yeah.
But as far as that's concerned, I don't know if you had any interest in discussing that later. As far as, I mean, we can totally have it to where we're whatever our own separate masters of the different domains that we have. But
Billy, do we have any reason to be concerned for Rolfur's safety?
I mean, presumably we don't think that he can die. The worst that he could probably be done to him is put into stasis, but I would still say that given that she's probably that Nim is the most likely to be hostile to anybody within this, outside of the ones who have basically gone off on their own, I would say that Rolfur has some need for concern. Yeah.
With where she's focusing, if anyone could do it, she might be able to. I mean,
I'm gonna like step off to the side.
Mhm.
Like I'm just gonna give him a heads up real quick. check in. I'm gonna go ahead and cast, take my time and cast Descending to Rolfur.
So Rolfur, you've made your way through the woods after it's just you, Stan, and Eili. Finally broke out of the jungle along the outside near the on the road, and you make probably about 30 paces, reaching the gates to the city, and in your head.
Like, what's the chick's name, Ryan?
Who?
Ilga is who you're speaking to right now.
No, Nim.
Nim. Well, shit, Nim.
Nim is Nim.
Yeah, they do not choose a gender.
Okay, right. Okay. Rolfur, Nim is still missing. While our concerns about being devoured are huge, theirs might not be. I have concern for your safety, and would appreciate any reassurances that you would be willing to take.
What's the word limit?
Is
it sending?
Yeah.
25?
There
About
you
the
go.
middle of that sentence ends it.
She's not out here with me. That's all the reassurance I can give him. It's like, yeah, I mean, she's not here.
I want to like Rolfur so bad. I want to. Come back. Seems fine. I think I'll make it a habit of checking in on him every once in a while, though.
Otherwise, once you're in the city, Eili will tell the bear you. Did you need anything else from me? Otherwise, I don't know how long has actually passed here, so I probably should open the shop.
Well, thank you, Eili. If you need anything from me...
You're not.
You're not.
You're not there. It's Rolfur and
Right.
Stan that are.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were... my bad.
First guard we hit, I'd ask him what the date was and figure out how long we've been away from that.
Yeah, you've been gone for 11 days.
Alright.
Not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be some, real long period of time or something.
No.
It feels like slightly longer than the number of days that you actually received while you were in the Underland.
Yeah, we were in a divine realm. Stuff gets weird there. Probably.
Happens.
Yep.
That quite distinctly tied with weird there. But yeah, so Eili will bid you adieu. And anyone outside will notice probably around 45 minutes after that. Bit of a fire, a very brief but far distant visible fireworks display from that corner of the city. Just sort of midday, a number of rockets that shoot up and go off.
So Billy and I wouldn't know that.
I mean, that's about 45 minutes later, so assuming you guys are out by then, but yeah. Depends how much time you spend in the library, but yeah.
Ooh, so as we're leaving, we're like, rockets.
Yeah. She
Ooh,
sets
shiny.
them off when she's back for anyone that's been.
Wait, do we know
You
what's
don't know
going
that she
on
does
there?
that? No. But it's from that same corner, because she was in the corner of the city, so it's over near that corner.
I am gonna
Yeah, I'll wander over there.
But anyways, you guys did you do anything else before you left the library?
Who set off fireworks?
Okay.
Oh, Eili did.
yeah, not that we know it was Eili.
Yeah.
But
Did you guys do anything else before you leave the library?
offer her any assistance that she requires.
I really feel it's better that I go through the information myself as I go, just get it down.
Well, right, but while you're here, if you need anything elsewhere, then do not hesitate to ask.
No, of course not.
As far
Did
as
you
I'm
bring me
concerned,
lunch?
yeah, I will just summon up some lunch for her. We'll have
Oh, that's much
a
simpler
nice.
for you than it would be for me.
Books. I'm gonna summon up some some like sushi with like a platter of like sashimi.
Did you just say someone who likes books? What kind of food do they like? Is that what your brain just did?
Well, no, I was gonna do soup, but then I think
things that are
no.
gonna yeah.
Yeah.
Clever. Good.
You know, I'm still in the process of making a piece of candy that will act as a 3-course meal. You know.
I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
And
I guess
likewise,
I'll
offer any
do the
assistance.
fireworks. I'd look for poor people and give them a silver.
You look decrepit. Still.
Prophesize
You're
well.
poor.
Like, talk about, get all preachy and then.
You need this.
Penny
Yeah.
for my thoughts.
28 on.
I will pay you here to listen to me talk.
28 on persuasion.
You know, that's not a bad
Oh.
pitch.
I just want to pay you for a moment of your time.
Now go talk to others about this.
Couple of them walking away.
Like, I thought that was silly at first, but the more I think about it,
It's not bad. That's why I was gonna do a gold at first, but then I can do a silver.
Yeah, if you go for the poor people, yeah, they listen for cheaper.
Listen for cheap.
I mean, once I got you listening, you're mine. Persuasion.
Otherwise, John, from your spy master, obviously there's no just open land. The buildings in that area. I do have some options. Some of the areas we're allowed to develop near the city outside that could work for affordable. Otherwise, we're looking at. Let's see, hold on.
It's fast.
Near 10,000 for a building that would function well enough as a temple in the theater district.
So just 10,000?
I mean, it's. Well, if you're interested, I can show.
Yeah. Let's see the building.
Yep. So he'll start taking you that way, and he'll talk a bit about some of the properties that he's looked into, and like some of them he'll point out, like, I was able to get numbers on this one. This one would be 80,000. They don't want to sell, but I was able to get them to give me a price.
They don't want to sell, but they have a robust family, and don't not look for a project.
It's sort of we're not selling. Well, come on, how much? Fine,
How
let's.
How much for you to not sell to me?
Yeah, so he gives you some that are those kind of things. But yeah, it gets to what is a very tall building, but rather narrow. Probably only around 12 feet wide. In the midst of these large buildings that have, like actual like theaters in them. And what you can kind of tell is it was a building that was constructed at some point before even your rule. Someone had sold basically a section of street that connected 2 blocks to be built into a building, to add another unusual theater that doesn't appear to have operated for a while or been all that successful. Your spy master just kind of unlocks the locked door as he goes through. But it is, from the thing, it is a... Like, you enter onto a platform that kind of shakes a little bit. Like, it has movement. And it is a manually operated elevator system to access the different levels of seating, all of which face out towards a vertical theater. Like,
Would it suit my purposes?
correct me if I'm wrong, but your purpose is to make a dummy temple that someone would target if they're trying to tear you down. Right?
I mean, no. Kinda.
Because if that's the purpose, then really all you gotta do is doctor it up, and yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's land.
I was trying to make another temple that would be a place of learning to learn about all of the new gods. Our message in particular.
It is designed as a theater. It has a much more limited capacity seating and is... if it caught on fire, everyone's dead, because you have to wait for this elevator. There's no stair system to get down. Talking to your spy master and some of what they've learned about it, the original proprietors were able to fly, and it tended to have stage productions that utilize that to take advantage of the vertical system of the theater. When they left, no one else was able to properly utilize it, because just setting people down on the ground, only the first couple floors really could see what's going on, and everyone above there is just kind of trying to look down.
Okay, so this would not really suit my purpose unless I was just looking for a decoy.
As a decoy, or if your follower, if the teachers all could fly.
Or we could turn it into separate, smaller rooms.
It's very vertical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you actually could. I mean, you could divide it. You could extend a floor across each one and have each level be its own full level. You don't have to keep it as one open auditorium. You've got.
How much would that cost, though? Okay, I'm gonna go and try and
You've got
negotiate
7
with
floors
the
to
people.
work with of seating.
7?
Okay, I'm gonna go and negotiate with the owners.
That is a huge building.
Yes, it is a huge building. It is a huge vertical building. It actually sticks up 2 floors above the other theaters on either side of it.
Wow.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the other people who the people who own the building.
Okay. Yeah.
It's time for me to negotiate price.
Yeah. It's one of the other theaters that's next door to it.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna roll a persuasion, to get them to lower the price, because I'd have to put in so much work to fix it. And as I am not making it into a theater, it will not be a competition.
Okay, so you go next door, and it actually takes a bit of time for someone to be available to even talk to you, but you can speak to someone and they'll get someone here. So you're waiting on them now to show up to talk to. Stan was proselytizing. Rolfur, what were you up to?
Well, it's been some time, so I suppose I go and make sure I don't have too much of a backlog and see what mess has been made in my absence in the records rooms.
Were you working in the records room here? Because I felt like
Yes.
you were working at this
Yeah.
one, because I know you were at the last city. You got into this one too? Okay.
Yes. Me and him actually went there while he was working.
Okay. Yep. So yeah. So you're able to
That's
regain your
actually-
entrance.
That's where we learned where Stan got kidnapped.
And
Okay. You haven't made a lot of progress in all yet. Yeah. You hadn't gotten very far. So, yeah.
get back to, hadn't gotten very far. The goal was to figure out who the big people in this space are and start selling my services as a chronicler.
Mm-hmm.
You want your family records recorded forever, the right way,
Okay. So you can
because
say-
nobles are that way. They're my in.
Yeah. Yeah, and that. After making sushi, did you and Billy do anything?
I went to go check out the fireworks, found out that they're from
Okay.
Eili.
If you just made your food with your summons and then left, you probably still have another 35 minutes before the fireworks even go off. If you left that early. Yeah.
Oh no, like I'll sit and eat with her.
Okay.
If I like,
Yeah.
I was assuming that I saw the fireworks when I left.
Yeah. No, they'll probably, if you sit and eat, probably go off maybe 10 or 15 minutes after you've left the library.
Okay. Billy, what's on your agenda?
I was gonna finish talking with Olga.
Okay. Well, I'll give you some privacy. Elga, can you cast sending?
She could if she prepared it that day.
Yeah. Not at this point, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
just
we all
keep
have
that-
the option.
Yeah. Well, just keep that in mind for the future, just in case. My primary concern right now is everybody's safety. I want everybody in an alliance before something bad happens.
You're not gonna get that. Not from everyone.
Well, right, but like obviously, when something bad happens, it's gonna be somebody that's not in the alliance.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of months. I still haven't heard from Jack.
Jack or Grizzlane or.
Oh, I assume he's in some penitentiary somewhere. Surely he hasn't lived a lawful enough life to
Garradane.
to stay free.
I don't know. It's been 11 days. Have you gotten word of Yurtle?
No, Yurtle hasn't.
Yeah, he's
I
still
mean,
in
he
the
was.
capital.
Yeah, he was in the garrison still for a while, but he left a few days ago.
Okay, well. Alright, well, I'm gonna go and double check with why don't I have her name?
Who are you?
The chick that we were just with.
Eili?
Eili.
LA, short for Elistray.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check with wait, her name is short for Elistray?
She was named after Elistray.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go double check with LA to see if there's anything that can be done. I would rather be able to have sufficient funds that I don't need to continue begging the old man for things. But
Right.
likewise, if you find any source of income that might be of use, adventuring or otherwise, I would feel like, I mean, I'll be happy to pay for finder's fees.
And
You know, like old god temples that might have been gone to the wild or anything like that. But just keep that in mind. And I mean, I can't overstate enough that my success will be shared.
Wonderful.
But
But yeah, so you make your way over to Elistray. What else did you have to talk with her about, Billy?
I'd say, Ilka, given this revelation, what are your thoughts on it exactly? I want to hear what you think.
As there have been divides in the conversation for me, let me make sure. What revelation are you like making it clear? A specific revelation that?
Yeah, what I messaged to her about what we learned about deity consumption.
Okay. Well, I suppose it's good that it's not going to be something that just simply happens by mistake.
Yeah. Say at least we don't seem to have any reason to have the Divines murdering each other. Not that it's impossible that the full story behind this was not something that the Paler would have been able to tell us about, but that's the best information that we have to go on, at least as far as now. But I wanted to ask you the question whether or not you either wanted to, if you had your own ambitions as a deity, or if you wanted to go back to living a mortal life, or what you thought.
Right now, I'm working to learn as much as I can.
Okay.
I feel that is important for me for now.
One of the things that you mentioned about that old god that you mentioned was that she had domain over both the arcane and knowledge aspects of things.
Yes.
Now, the question is was she able to, or would we be able to, as a single entity, be able to accomplish more, or if we would be at same capacity separated, just in different focus?
I don't know enough about her.
I realize that,
Know
considering you were just reading commentaries and all of the actual text about her have been lost, or at least need to be rediscovered.
Yeah.
Mm.
I will say, and if you learn more, let me know. But the one concern is, I got the feeling that they were all over like a pair, like the opposites, essentially matching with us. But
Oh.
that thing only broke apart 6 orbs while we were there.
And didn't you say that there was, what, 7 gods?
7 gods. I mean, it may be nothing. I mean, I don't know, but
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Exactly.
Obviously, there's no opposite to fun, so I got all of my power.
Otherwise, Rolfur, while you are sitting, starting to go through things,
I asked her, would we have any information on the, you had the one on the information about the arcane and knowledge god. Have you learned anything about the other remaining 6, including the one that would be covering the missing domains?
I mean, there's that of the sun and the storm, and there was a god of death in the grave. The rest I don't, and that's as much as I know about them at this point. The others I don't even know what they were over, but it's enough to start getting a pattern.
Okay.
Going back. Rolfur, one of the
Yes.
guards, spies in the castle, sort of approaches as you're going through things.
Yep.
So, welcome back. Has the old man returned as well? If you've returned?
Yeah, we
Or
should all
the
be back now.
Stan?
Yeah, we should all be back by now.
Yes.
I should have been like the last one back. I had to take the long way home.
If you see the old man, let him know to seek the king's attendant.
Okay.
He just kind of makes his way off.
I can do that if I see that guy.
I'll remember.
I'll remember.
Yeah? Will you choose to do it?
Of course, I was asked to. Why wouldn't I?
He would go look at Bob and then remember.
John, you're able to. The a very pompous-looking man, half elfin, overly decorative suit sort of walks down to meet you, walking with a cane that, through your keen eye, you do not think that he needs to walk with.
That's okay. I'm doing the same thing.
Your overly keen eye, you're like, oh, I know.
My
Both of you
really
begin
keen eye
to-
spotted a very large singular.
Both of you begin to overcompensate and just start both horribly limping, both of you, simultaneously.
He looks up and he'll sit down across the table from you in a little like side lobby in his theater. I've been told you had some questions about my adjoining property.
Yes, I've come to discuss the price and the reduction in it.
Oh.
You see, I'm going to take that property, at least as I would like to, and not turn it into a theater, but turn it into a place of learning and worship. Not quiet contemplation, but, you know, learning. Since it's not going to be in competition with you, as it will no longer be a theater, and on top of that, it will bring in new clientele, as there'll be people there to learn. Also, because I have to do massive amounts of renovation to change the floors, adding things of the such, I'm going to need to go ahead and lower the price by at least half. So, 5,000 gold, take it off your hand today.
I think
Cold hard platinum, I'll pay you. And I roll my, persuasion. Persuasion? Come here. Where are you? You fool. Uh-huh. There's my next roll. Okay.
He shapeshifts a gaudy mustache while speaking.
I almost said they do. 32?
And you are currently old cloaked man appearance, or
Yes. A very, with my little symbol out there. I'm a priest of me.
very nice. Well, I felt my offer was already rather generous. I acquired the property. It's been of great use for storage for our end, with the potential to expand upon my own theater, while obviously requiring much of the same construction that would be needed by you. I was simply offering when your servant inquired for opportunities to purchase. Perhaps your house of learning could bring more people next door. I suppose I could be as generous as to say 9,000.
8,500 and you have yourself a deal.
One of those people.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna have to fucking rebuild all of the floor.
What was that? 8,000 what?
30 on a persuasion.
Yeah. I just took the one from the previous one. But yeah. Yeah, he'll take it.
The previous one was to drop it down to 5,000.
Yeah, I just took the same result. Yeah.
Okay. I start counting out platinum.
Let's go back to the office.
It's like my big fuck off sack of platinum.
And he calls sort of one of the a slender elven man by as he walks by, who when he gets in there basically starts going through papers to draft up the contract for you. So honestly, that will take the rest of your day with getting the contract actually done. But yeah.
I only have 570 platinum left.
Very sorry. You're so poor.
I have to. I'm paying for an entire building of learning for our group.
Terry, you make your way back to Eili's. You get there probably only a couple of minutes after, like at the point that you've made your walk there, you can kind of tell that like it's like right by her shop when the fireworks go off.
I'm gonna not run, but like hustle.
Yeah, I mean you are still Terry. I get it. Yeah.
Yep. And once I'm within sight and see that nothing's on fire,
When
take,
you
like-
are on site, you see two other people like walking in.
conspicuous people.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna spend like 5-10 minutes catching my breath,
Mhm.
and then just meander in.
Yep.
Not requiring any attention, just seeing what's going on.
There are already were a couple in there, so there are 4 other people in here, and Eili is, a couple sort of standing off by the side while Eili is taking notes, writing things, taking payments, and basically taking in orders.
I make sure that we meet, like I meet her eye, like I make eye contact. But otherwise I'm just gonna kind of.
When you make her eye contact, she, oh, good Terry, you want to step in back?
Be happy to.
And she'll kind of move out of the way for you to go behind the curtain, and she just hands you a sheet of paper as she goes, and you've not seen it back. So you enter the curtain, and you know full well that there is not this space behind, like, far back in her curtain, as it goes back into a very large, 4-story workshop center, like with like railed like opening like in the center. There is just sort of like, to our modern day, almost like a Tesla coil kind of thing in the center pile with things sort of arced off of it. Yeah, like you have now entered a workshop.
Extra dimensionally.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna just get to work on said list.
Yep.
She's treated me well so far, so I'm not gonna worry too much about discussing pay up front.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and do. As long as the list isn't like cleaning, I'll do it.
No, it is literally items that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's start seeing what we can do, and we'll get on that in a second here. And Billy, so it sounded like you were basically wrapping up your conversation with Ilga there, I believe.
Yeah, more or less. I think we discussed pretty much what we wanted to talk to each other about. So she'll continue looking into some info about.
She did kind of give the impression that she's not hopeful that she's going to find much else related to that until she moves on to another city.
Okay.
She's thinking that she's managed, as she's pulling things together to reorganize this library too. She's pretty sure that she's gotten what it's going to have. Unless there's something that they don't know that they have that's buried beneath some other books that she hasn't gotten to yet. She's like, odds are slim.
Well, I'll make my way out from the library. The time of day is...
Ooh, it's probably roughly 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. I'll go ahead and hop on my Pegasus, but from here I'll go ahead and cast Sending.
You have your Pegasus stored just out front of the library.
Yeah, just out
Pokeball.
front.
Just grazing on one of the potted plants outside the library.
But yeah, I'll send a sending message to Chuck, and I'll ask, how are things going? Has the boat arrived, and have you received my novel yet?
Boat would not have arrived yet, no.
Okay. Guessing that I know that there's an 11-day difference, how much longer does that got before it shows up?
Best probably has roughly 15 more days.
Oh, okay.
Based on the time it took them to get from there to here.
Yeah.
Assuming it's the same traveling the other way. It was about a month.
Okay. So then I don't ask that if I know that it's still like 2 weeks off. But yeah, I still send a message to Chuck, ask him how things are going.
Yes, you know. Progressing quite well. We've just released a new chocolate flavored toothpaste.
Haha!
Genius.
That'll make people actually want to get that dental checkups.
Yeah.
Nice.
Trying to figure out how to lower the sugar count. Right now it's we got it down to 80 grams.
Delicious. We just need to figure out a way to make the teeth more sugar friendly.
I was thinking sugar cubes.
Melt in your mouth, delicious.
It's the whole row of them like teeth.
Alright, so he's got interesting stuff going on. I'll go ahead and spend the rest of my time before bed going around talking to people, proselytizing.
If you're doing that, assuming Stan is continuing to do that, Rolfur, you're just spending the rest of your day there. So Terry is the only one that we're still working on.
Tell me, I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. So, Terry, so on the sheet of paper Peace handed you, amped against detection, location, and a little sort of closed eye emblem drawn. Words silver and leather are kind of written, just sort of scribbled on the paper.
All right, well, I go ahead and
then half is actually at the bottom.
half. All right. Well, I go ahead and gather the materials from the shop, assuming they're there.
Yeah, no. It actually takes you a bit looking around to... Whoa, Eric, whoa.
He's a walking.
Hello, Eric.
Oh, goodness, he's a walking.
Not at all distracting.
So, we're going AFK. Okay, so you get that.
I'm just looking over and I'm like, whoa!
This is as long as you don't go into the bathroom.
But anyways, yeah. So going around it, and you find, eventually at one point where there's just buckets, like against the wall, like bins of different, different metals, hammered to different shapes, ovals and circles and rings and things. Leather cording. You find just like reels of leather, silver chain.
Yeah, so
I mean, like there is a level of looking at what is in here, as far as the amount of raw inventory that she seems to just keep on stock, that is almost alarming.
As far as Terry's concerned, this lady is a minor deity. Like, she is able to travel between not just planes but realities. She has Terry understands what it takes to make an interdimensional or like pocket space of some kind.
Yeah.
But like, this is like this building is ridiculous.
Mhm.
So, like, he is acting under the impression that whatever she is and actually does is well beyond anything he can understand at the moment.
Mhm.
So he is acting basically like just under the assumption that he's probably truly working with like a dragon or like a series of dragons, celestials, demons.
I like the idea that she's a
something.
series of dragons in one. Yes.
Like-
Nah.
Like
Is it-
there's 3 gold dragons transformed to halflings in a trench coat,
Yes.
and that's Eili.
Makes sense.
Anyways.
But yeah, so
But yeah, so that I know. Yeah, the supplies are there. That is an uncommon item. I don't know what else information you need as far as what you had to. I forget exactly what you had some sort of tool that let you make an oven.
yeah, no, that's my summoning. I can the transmutation summoner, or excuse me, the conjuration summoner ability just lets him kind of summon minor magical thing. So it's usually used for like pole or like chairs or like just minor magical stuff. Terry uses it for cooking, but I go ahead and spend charges off of my apron, pull out any tools that I don't see around that I need.
I mean, they're all here, but you
Okay.
might use some to avoid having to. Depends on whether or not you're wanting to go up to upper floors here.
I'll cast fly,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can look around more like in a reasonable time frame.
Okay.
I don't want to dawdle.
Yeah.
I also don't want to deal with those rails.
I mean, well, the rails are to
squeezing-
keep you from falling in. If you are flying, you're actually having to fly outside the rails.
Right, but like I mean, like squeezing between like racks of rail.
Okay, yeah, because they are little spinal spiral staircases, and there's basically on each side there are ones to go up, so you can access from either side. But yeah, you kind of go up. Instantly, main floor is a lot of the workshop, and it has a lot of the more readily used things. Second floor has a lot of supplies that are more of like I have one suit of plate armor sitting here. I have this kind of things like I have a single, those kind of like simple. I have a single copy of this, not like I have a whole bunch that's used for all sorts of items.
Right.
And there are extra tools, things that you didn't see originally, are on either end next to the stairs right upstairs.
Okay.
The third floor has a lot of spots working with. There's a whole little section set up as like a painting studio, and there's like ceramic, like a potter's wheel, and clays, and there's also weird bits of metal and more arcing electricity of things that are actually hooked up to that Dessa coil in a section. A few other bits, hobbies things, and then the fourth floor, basically bedroom, bathroom, living space, etc.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna not worry about that part so much, but I am going
Yeah.
to cast also skill empowerment, as well as enhance ability, and pop these out.
Mhm.
So, rolling double proficiency with advantage, so and an extra D4 because of my background. So.
Okay, and you had something that made it where you did it quick. What was that?
Yes. My fabricate. I can spend a luck point, in order to allow my fabricate to work on a magical item.
Okay, so which means it just does it instantly, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, yeah. As I'm looking at this uncommon magic item, 2 work weeks and
And
yeah. So you spend your luck point for that, and then you had to make the check. Somewhere.
did you need me to actually roll?
Yes, I believe I do.
Okay.
Because that's how you can fail.
11. Yep. Okay. So, 13 plus 13 is 26.
For an uncommon, yeah, that'll do. You know,
And pop that one out, and I'll bring that up front.
She has 2 more sheets of paper. As now there are 3 people, and you are definitely pacing together that she had people basically waiting for a sign that she is back.
All right. Well, how many more times can I do this shenanigan? Assuming I make it on the first try, and assuming that this is all within 3 hours, I have spell slots for that.
Then really, is it your luck points that it's limited by?
No, it's limited by how many times I can cast Fabricate.
Okay, I thought you said you had to spend a luck point in order to. Is that?
I do, but I also have 6 luck points.
Okay. So you just don't reach that limit first.
Yeah, so I can cast Fabricate 3 times. So I can do this for 3 items.
Okay.
Assuming I don't fail any checks.
Yeah, obviously. These ones, Bag of Holding has a lot of, like, it looks like there's intricate designs from all 6 angles, like as far as actual like detailing of the leatherwork on there.
I'll spend a charge off. I've got my apron has 8 charges. I've spent 2 so far. I'll spend another 1 to make sure that I can do leatherworking and like that kind of design.
And I will say, as you're looking at both these, the other one is doesn't have any drawing on it. It basically says base level leather armor, and both of them say half at the bottom.
Why would they say half?
Make an space intelligence check.
18.
She's probably taken half the payment.
Taking what?
She's probably taken half the payment up front.
Oh, okay.
Basically, you have little order slips that she has. So,
yeah.
So it's the notes that she makes for herself on.
Yep. I'm so glad that it has nothing to do with me.
Yep.
Second there, I was worried that I had to make half the armor. And that made no sense.
Yeah.
So, glad I rolled well on my intelligence check. On the second crafting, don't even need the advantage. 2033. So, the nice bag of holding gets super nice. And then the regular, what was the third one? The regular something or other?
Base level magic armor.
Plus
level, plus 1, leather armor. Yeah.
Over 30. So 32.
So you're able to get those over the next 20 minutes, and probably around the time you're finishing up the second one of those, she walks back now with another handful.
I mean, I could technically do more and just upcast Fabricate. I've already cast 1. I could do that 2 more times if I wanted to use my higher level slots, but I don't want to if I don't have to. So. If she asks, I'll do it, but...
Yeah. She'll, basically set things down on the table, and she'll start looking over what you've done so far. I mean, I'll sit on them for a while. I don't want people to think I'm that fast, but... definitely surprised getting things done.
No, definitely, you should definitely... I'm going to go ahead and diplomacy. I want to convince her to provide them quickly, more quickly than she does. She wants to sit on them. I don't want her to sit on them. I want her to give credit that she's got a god of crafting in her corner.
Make your
13 plus diplomacy is plus 3. No, diplomacy persuasion is plus 11, so 24. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Maybe a little sooner than would normally be. Otherwise...
Worship me. What? Yeah, so we're good. good to keep my skills sharp. Feels
Hold on.
crafting feels good. A little masturbatory, but you know I worship myself, so that works.
Same. Pretty sure we all worship ourselves.
Presumably, yes.
I'm pretty sure that
You are your
Stan.
zero. You are your zeroth follower that allowed you to have some level of power before you had any actual followers.
I was gonna say Stan worships the greater good.
Jeez.
Yeah. Unless you're wanting to help with more, she'll count out pay for what you've done. 5,300 gold.
Awesome.
About half of it's in platinum, but yeah.
You owe me some money, right?
I paid you. Oh no, I paid Ryan. I don't owe you money, but I should offer. Okay. Well,
As David sits there and thinks my character should offer, I know full well I shouldn't.
I don't know what you're talking about, Adam.
I'll go ahead and use my my second sending today, my last one, to check with who would be the most likely to actually give me details. I'm trying to think. Like my question is, I wanted to ask one of the group, like because I've been there for like an hour, so I'm checking like what people are doing, but who would know and who would. You know what? This is a gamble. I'm gonna go ahead and message the old man, do sending, and be like, just got done with some work. Does anybody need or could use some assistance that you know of?
And you are presently working on your, waiting on contracts being drafted, and you're probably going through a selection of the finest wines with this, theater odor, trying to decide which one is really the finer wine.
I message back, you could always go work on growing the worship base. I've just bought us a building to turn into a place of learning. Or temple of learning. Help us as a group,
I love the look of disgust.
I don't get that many words. Feel
like 25, I think.
How can I craft my way into proselytizing?
I feel like largely you could craft your way into fixing up that building.
Jesus crackers.
Right, but he didn't tell me where the building was.
He also doesn't have it yet. That's not till like tomorrow.
Jesus crackers.
I am so unconcerned about whether it's legally his or not.
Actually,
as far as you know, I've never done anything illegal.
But he didn't answer my question.
Outside of the place? On your way in or out?
Oh.
I sort of answered your question. I don't know anyone who needs your help.
Yep. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of meander about and do proselytizing work with, bells and whistles, cantrips, illusions.
Dude, everyone likes pastries. Just makes them like Jesus bum.
You know what? That's a good point. I am going to go down. There's a river here, right?
The river is outside the city. There is like a port, like a bay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go down to like the port.
And that's the area that was set up when you first got here. That different stalls set up at different times of day and have all sorts of food options available. Yeah, that is it.
Oh, I don't want to hurt other people's businesses. All right, well, in that case, I'm gonna go to like a working, like a the outskirts of town where people are like working, like tanneries, blacksmiths, that kind of thing.
You find the smelly area. Got it.
Yep. And I'm going to just go around and bring people dinner.
He's Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, I'm gonna Meals on Wheels, just Jesus fish this stuff.
So you're taking my route, but I take bribing, you're taking thieving.
Yep.
But what's that spell where it urges people to do something?
Friends?
Suggestion?
Suggestion, thank you. Put that into a coin.
Geese?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gaius, yeah. Yes, that's
My idea was
Just call it its
put
old
guys into a coin
quest.
where they talk about your religion non-stop until they spend said coin. So then it goes to someone else's hand, and they can't stop talking about you.
I feel like passing out cursed currency is a bad plan long term.
I mean, is it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Is it evil to kill my dog?
Is it?
No, it's not.
Damn the mind control man.
Yeah, that would seem like something that Bob's domain might cover, but
Just throwing the question out.
Listen, I think it'd be funny, but I wouldn't do it with money.
Just have to find the line.
I mean, listen, I like where your head's at. I really, really like where your head's at. I might have been a bad influence.
But I smell what you're stepping in.
Otherwise, evening comes, probably all meet back at the... At least I'll have the opportunity to meet back at the tavern.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I have to tell them all the good news about the building I've purchased.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can make that a thing. Just to fix it up. Give me 2 days. Give me some plans in 2 days.
Oh, right, I don't even have to pay for it then. I say out loud to you.
You need to pay for materials. It's not labor.
Okay, I'll have to find a priest.
Yeah, no,
Or
like
people of learning.
yeah, that
Hey, Ryan, the library girl, do you think she could make a kind of curriculum or something? Like we could offer free reading or whatever to trick people to send their children there and brainwash them?
You can ask her, but she's going to be doing a little bit more research and then leaving town. She's got places she needs to move on to find new information.
I think you need to be the first person.
I mean, if she doesn't care about the
learn
youth
there.
of the world, I suppose that's fine.
I think that's fine if we keep whatever the stuff for the temple in-house.
Okay. I guess contact your college buddies? Or do I know of anyone in the city that I would be able to purchase to run a school or a temple? Or would that be part of my thing that I already got going on?
I mean, you can utilize your people, although obviously teaching people is not their strong suit.
I meant like outsourcing it.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, you can manage to find someone to if you're just looking to pay for it, then yeah, you can.
You could have somebody call someone over from the Honeytongue College, and they'd at least be not half bad at it.
Yeah, although that's quite a distance away, is the point.
Unless they've got
I
people
was hoping
out
to
here.
crush this with my wallet from closer.
Yeah, but at that point, you don't have it where you're taking away from that. You're basically taking someone that is on more of a traveling job for you and locking them down, which...
Yeah, they're already working for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need some talent recruitment.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I'll get, I don't know, maybe I'll ask our good king. See if, my boy knows how to fix this.
do we have a Bard's College?
Back in my home.
Yeah, back in his hometown.
But like here?
No.
No.
Huh. Must be a
Lots
failure
of
of prior
theaters, no
administration.
bards. Very strange.
There's no college here.
Yeah, no college here. There are theater schools. They don't teach it along with the arcane side of it.
They're trade schools. It's basically community college for bards.
There are
In all honesty, the way that it currently is functioning, a lot of the traits which they end up teaching them, actually, if they were to obtain a class level out of it, would tend to be rogue. And you had a fair bit to do with that. Because you picked
I
from
have nothing
them.
to do with it.
Because the people
Actually,
that are raising up as the actors, those that deceive, you've made sure that you could select the best to recruit for your...
Listen, these accusations are outrageous, and I will not stand for it.
Because...
Vic, do you have anything to tell my character? Anything at all?
Oh, right, I forgot. Yes. The king's attendant wants to see you.
Okay. I'll go there tomorrow and see if he has any suggestions. Maybe there's some nobility's third child that they're trying to get rid of who can put on this task.
And there's a couple things that I want to get to tomorrow. So
I guess I'm working on a church tomorrow.
Our church, you're welcome. Because, you know, as I look at Terry, I don't do anything to help.
What?
I mean, you could start tonight.
no,
It was 20,000 gold, by the way.
Almost.
20,000 gold.
no, I
just so
don't.
you
I don't think he ever accused you of not doing anything to help. I think he accused you of not being comprehensible what you do, which is fair.
No, he accused me of not helping at one point. He was unaware that I was doing things to help.
We could have you start working tonight and just hit you with a lesser respiration, you know, the exhaustion.
And every time
You're
Gary
right.
asks, we said, "Don't worry about what the old man's doing."
What do you think I'm gonna be doing? Grabbing a hammer?
You craft.
I mean, I think you have to have a hammer.
Haha!
You're like, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty sure you need a hammer.
It's one of the ingredients you throw into your stupid forge.
Look, I just take out the materials and I think real hard at them, and they make things that I want to make.
You have to have the tools, though, so...
It's a big, long process. There's chanting and drawing symbols and stuff, yeah.
Well, we have to sort the lumber tomorrow, too. Someone want to be on that while I deal with the king's stuff and getting teachers, or...?
Alice makes her way sort of downstairs to join you guys.
Hey,
Alice, you want to find wood for us?
We're in the middle of a jungle.
This is a city. Very close, though. I'm proud.
I'm sorry if you disappeared as we were making our way into the city from the jungle that surrounds it.
Yeah, we have a temple now, and we're trying to source lumber to put floors in it because it's like 80 feet vertical without floors for reason. So Terry's gonna need wood to make that work, and I have to meet with the king.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna teach kids to read.
Good. I mean, most kids have been taught that. It's pretty common. But I don't think I'm the best to go negotiating with
lumberjacks.
the mill manager. I do look like a small child.
Well, I mean, listen, you're never gonna get better if no one gives you a chance. And
Hey,
here,
Billy.
we're all about believing.
What's that?
If you need someone to go get the wood, I'll go get it. I don't sleep.
Oh,
Well,
I don't
it's
sleep.
it's still tomorrow. Everyone else does.
If Billy, if you wanna go and find Sora, or Steve, if you wanna find her, and make sure that we're not gonna be like stepping on our toes by like if we like take our own lumber.
I I don't know. Have we received any news of eco-terrorist Sora attacking people for cutting down trees?
I don't.
No,
wanna
but
be
you've
the
been
first.
gone for 11 days.
Well, it hasn't been mentioned by the town guard, so I guess it hasn't been that big of an issue if
Did
she's
you
been
ask
doing it.
the town guards about Sora?
No, but I asked them if they had any news, and I think some sort of vigilante going around beating up mill workers could have been a topic of conversation, but it wasn't.
I'm sure it's fine.
Well, I do have a bad
She was
feeling
on
about this.
like full on eco-terrorism. I thought she was just like, dabbling in eco-terrorism.
Like,
Oh,
I'm concerned about her because she's my opposite.
Yeah, we haven't.
I don't know where this whole eco-terrorist thing came from.
We haven't really heard hide nor hair of her. Basically, she came to this town at one point and then left, and the other people haven't been
Look,
in
I'm
contact
just
with her.
thinking about
She
her.
shows
That's
up
all.
occasionally, from what I remember.
Aren't you a little old to still have them butterflies in your tum-tum?
When the butterflies could be concerns of homicidal cannibalism, yes, I do.
I mean, you're all about eating. I don't think you can actually take a moral stance against cannibalism.
I am the most experienced to take a moral stance against cannibalism. Cannibalism is not completely off limits where I'm from.
So yeah, you're totally for it.
No, I'm not. Well, it had to do with respect for it had to do with a method of respecting the dead, and it was you
Well,
don't like.
I'm just a stranger in a strange land, but I don't fully gork what you're trying to say.
First off, I'm not sure what you just said. Second off, whatever is done with the dead is Rolfur's point of view as far as where I'm coming from.
Okay, I'll explain the stranger in a strange land comment later. It's
No,
a book.
didn't you said that G word in there, and I don't.
It's from that book as well. In the book, guy goes to Mars, but whatever the thing is, to fully understand someone, you have to, it's like working, it's understanding them fully. And the best way you do that with your friends is after your friends die, you eat their body, so you can understand them.
That's
It involves
basically-
cannibalism. There's also naked snake dancers and orgies. It's a weird book.
I've
That
never
is-
seen a snake that wore clothes, so I don't.
Naga. They're
It
called
wasn't
Naga.
dancers who are snakes. It's dancers with.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're called Naga, and this is all eerily familiar because from my country, some things that are happening in the backwoods of my country.
But yeah, well, I don't know. Are you able to make use of pure raw materials? Like if we rip a tree up out of it, would you be able to use that as fabricate material?
I mean, it's a lot more effort, but yes.
I thought you would need lumber.
Well, I can
Would
make.
you have to fabricate the trees into
lumber.
lumber?
Yes, that's why it would be more effort.
Mm.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
As Alice's eyes just kind of dart about at this very strange conversation.
Well, she already doesn't want to help with the church temple thingy that I'm making.
She didn't say that. She said that she wouldn't be the best person to talk to.
They're not in the temple.
I mean, it could probably use some light.
Could do that.
That and she.
Because how we're putting the floors in, I don't know, windows, mirrors. I don't know. Go in there and have fun.
Alice might be a good person to ask for directions on the actual, I guess, design of the interior.
Mm-hmm.
And she would also be very good at convincing younger people into coming and visiting the place after it's ready.
Yeah, you should work on both of those facets. Do you need money for that? Mirrors, anything like that?
We'll have to decide after I've seen the place. But
I just give her 100 platinum.
oh,
There you go.
this seems very dangerous to have.
Is it not enough?
No, it's a lot to just have around without a direct purpose for it.
The purpose is designing the temple. I look over at one of my guys and I go, wave them over, since we're at my tavern.
Yep. They come over.
Like, can you assign young Alice a guard for tomorrow? Just escort her around, do whatever she needs done.
How about... Well, I'll keep it in the room until I've decided what I need it for, and that'll be fine. I'll come get you once I actually go in to make the purchase. If I need...
As soon as she looks away, I'm like...
No, she actually doesn't finish her meal before she actually just makes her way back up to the room to secure the money.
Yeah, I have a guy on her all day. Like, don't keep her safe.
Just as a bit of a reminder, and I think that I've already looked, there is no, whatever place where wizards hang out in this city, right?
No.
Okay.
Wizards hang out.
Alright.
At least not publicly.
Yeah, there could have been a tower, but I chose a tavern instead.
Am I familiar with my world travels with any such place? Do we have knowledge local?
No. I don't think so. No. Yeah, no, we don't have the knowledges anymore. You got history now.
Yeah, it'd be history. Likely some places in Jade Country, possibly Broadmire. There were some smaller but isolated areas in Entwistle. And while nothing here in the main city, the Ember Kingdom does likely have them.
Mm.
Are you, like, inquiring privately amongst yourself, or do you ask?
No, I'll ask about it because I need to talk to them for being appealing to them.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm pretty sure I do have history. I'm going to go ahead and give you a roll on that. That's a 19, which is not a bad roll. 27 on helping Ryan out with the information he requires.
Aha.
The Great City, formerly of Recodari, does have a wizard's tower where some wizards would gather. Would be what you would know.
Where is the great city spatially located compared to we are? Is it closer to my house?
Yeah. No, it is out here in the Ember Kingdom.
Oh,
It's directly east. On the other side of the peninsula. Like the other side of a mountain range.
okay. But still within the Ember Kingdom. Okay.
Alright. Anything else you guys do before...
I have a question for you, Adam.
Yeah.
Dumb question, but I've got one. Are you familiar with the 3rd edition D&D's possum pouch?
No.
Well, it's from the Complete Adventurer book, but it was 1,800 gold, and it was a pouch that was, so I don't know what that converts to in
No direct...
probably,
There's no direct... Like...
probably like, I don't know if that means minor or what, but anyway. It's a pouch that when you put it up against your skin, it would just slip on into your skin, and it was a DC 30 I don't remember if it was sight or because third
Perception.
edition had
Hidden pocket.
well, yeah, third edition had sight and listen, but anyway, so it was probably sight check, but it was DC 30 sight check or search. That was what it was. It was search because third edition had search. It was a DC 30 search check in order to find it on a person's body because it just melded right in. So there's this tiny little seal. So if I wanted to make possum pouches for the group, so that we can have our own little hidden pouch.
The first step would actually be the investigation work needed to invent it. Like you would actually have to do work to make that.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna go and stay up and go to the library, and if that's the best place. Otherwise, I'll just go over my notes. I'll just start ranking notes, and just doing research on pouch that I want it to be a preserving possum pouch.
Okay.
So, yeah.
You can start work on that. Otherwise, I'm gathering the others of you go to bed.
Yep.
Stan heads out. You notice Alice also heads out.
Dun dun dun.
Does she need an escort? Like, where's she heading off to?
I'm not
Inquire.
quite sure, but I just woke up, so.
Oh, right on. Well, good night.
Hope so.
I go wander the streets, check, proselytize, and go check on Austin if I can.
I think Austin just went to bed.
Oh, alright.
We are gonna have so many vagrants of the night.
Just because he doesn't sleep, he's the one that is out there to
Just making
convert
friends
the people that don't.
I get the night shift people. Hang out at the middle of the end of shift, you know. Like, hey guys, praise us.
Ironic that you're the one with the graveyard shift and not the grave.
The funny thing is, he has twice as much time to spread his own good word, and he's doing the worst of all of them.
Is he?
I just start making bets anytime Bob's gonna make that comment every session. I just throw it out there once.
What?
Just
Oh,
being
yeah.
denied.
Being snarky.
What? I would never. How dare you?
You would
First of all-
always.
First of all, how dare you? Let's
Like you.
start off right there.
Bob,
How
sorry.
dare you?
Like this. Bob is snarky.
You do, as you go through your night, notice that the moon is unnaturally going through its phases.
Don't worry, I'll get over it. It
Jumping.
is, after all, just a phase.
Like faster or jump? What do you mean phases are different?
As in, as you look up there, it was a waning crescent, and well, now it's a full moon, waxing gibbous. You know, just like going through its phases through the process of this night.
The moon is light reflecting up from the sun, so is Alice doing something? I'm assuming Alice is doing something.
Yeah.
Intelligence check.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
You should
Are
go
there
check on
werewolves
Alice.
freaking out right now?
Hmm?
Are there werewolves freaking out right now?
Some guy screaming.
Briefly,
out
Did I kill anyone? All right.
It's easier to see.
Yeah. No, it's.
Find more vagrants that way.
Yeah. You were. Billy gets 11 followers. Terry has gained 4 followers.
Oh, fair.
Stan has gained 7 followers. Rolfur gains 9. The old man
16.
32.
Is it 16?
So what I'm doing for each of these is I'm rolling a d4, a d6, and either a d8, 10, or 12, depending on exactly what you went on today. And so I've gotten a lot of very low numbers. Well, for the old man, you had the d10 for your variable one, and you got an 8 on there.
Hey!
And then on your d6, you got a 5.
Hey.
So that's 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13.
And on your d4, you got a 3.
I told you I got 16.
And I
don't
hate
even know why
you.
you rolled.
I hate you!
It's all
I'll worry about the
good
rest of them later.
in the trickery. Domain.
You don't understand, it wouldn't have been funny if I wasn't one off.
Anyways.
So I'm at 249, and 250 is what I need.
No, because you got 16.
Oh no, that's 250.
Yeah!
Yeah,
Hey.
you got it exactly.
Neat!
Yeah, you exactly got rank 7.
I thought I was at 233. That's what 233.
Oh, you
Hey, good
thought
for
you
me.
were trying to... No, I was...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to push the will against the universe and actually win. I was trying to make a joke. It turned out funnier than anticipated. How in character.
And gone. And he's just gone from it. He's like, alright, I'm out.
Deuces.
And that's how he loses all of his followers. Oh, hi.
Sorry, Stan, that you lost all your followers that way.
Oh, no. Otherwise, in the morning, does the old man show the group? Who does he show to this new temple? Everyone?
Yeah, anyone who wants to come. Well, obviously Terry and Allison.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go.
Anyone who wants to come.
Yeah, I'll go along
Really?
as well.
Rolfur and Stan, are you also gonna follow along? Yeah. Yeah, so you enter, and like literally like the entry platform where like if it were a store, like it's like the foot mat is a wooden platform. And it is the only way to access, at least presently, the only way, well that or fly, to access the upper levels. And it is basically a pulley system, which you can be on the ground. Like, it looks like probably there were spots on either end where they had like employees pulling people up to whatever floor. But it is a pulley system. Messing with it, you also notice that you have a level below that John is immediately aware of, because it's a small little spot. You can have a small amount of storage, but you actually know that one of your sewer entrances that never has really been of much use because of how it's been blocked in enters into this little room.
Oh, convenient. I don't, of course, tell them that.
No, of course not. But otherwise, yeah, it is. The back wall is at a slight angle as you go up to the stage. While all very old, there are like hand painted canvases that like can be like reeled and will go the entire length from floor to ceiling up there. Massive canvases. A few different, most of them being skyscapes, but pristine blue with clouds, the look of a sunset over a city, one that is like something burning below with ash floating up above, but But yeah, basically these massive hand-painted canvases that are skyscapes that you kind of gather the way that plays would have been done here back when there were actually the flying troupe that used the theater. That it was likely their only set dressing was just put into these, because they're in the sky, so there's not a whole lot to dress up there. And there's small little areas below it, actually, that match slightly off from each floor, but basically the same number of little dressing rooms and little side spots where you could hide out behind this different array of backdrops.
Trap room?
The areas that do have the seats, so like half of the depth of the building, are actually, the floor that is there is actually at a bit of an angle as it follows through seats. Not that you couldn't necessarily use it, assuming that you're going to keep seats in there. You know, you can still keep that angle and just level up the rest of the room, because there's like stairs from it, and each one has that spot on the back, where three sides are railed, where seats are next to where that platform comes up, and then it's just a drop when the platform's not there. The back side that faces the back wall is, of course, not, because that's where people would step off. But it does mean that when the floor is not there from the top, it is just against the back wall, just a drop.
It sounds like to me that the floors that are going to be the auditorium stage for each of the floors needs to have a drop lever.
Okay. Furthermore, I mean, you, if you wanted, could actually, as you rebuild floors on the front half, you could add like a staircase system to go up if you wanted to have that as an option as well.
I'd prefer a staircase.
Yeah. It would take up more room than the current system. The current system is the most efficient for space, but
yes, but it's not the most efficient for actually having people want to visit.
But
unless we're putting Terry's Diner at the top, which would be ridiculous.
You do notice on the back end, and also just of note, none of the upper floor dressing rooms, because they're on the other side, none of them have any access other than flight. Like, there's no way to actually get to them.
Ladders.
Yeah, if needed.
Not yet. Yeah, so I'm like,
well, I mean, you theoretically
building.
you would be knocking out the screen, the backdrop, and just connecting that floor forward until there's just, you know, each floor is its own separate thing. Assuming someone is using flight to explore the upper areas of that. Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have flight.
You do notice that the top floor's dressing room does have a roof access, although it seems never used for anything other than maintenance, and maintenance has not been done on this roof for ages. However, it is 2 floors taller than even the nearest buildings to it, and one of the tallest buildings in the city, sort of matching the bleached white building further up on the hill of the that's noticeable for the hospital. Like, it's one of those buildings that you look over it because it doesn't look nice right now, but it is part of the skyline. Like, it is a noticeable piece within the skyline of the...
Well, very good.
We could
other
definitely
details
this to make it look nice.
I mean, it's been idle. It's dusty. It's dirty. It's been left to just sit there. You do not feel that the roof would... You feel there are spots where the roof has been leaking and needs to be repaired.
Yeah, one of the first things that we're definitely going to do is put in ladders in between floors.
Well, we're gonna put stairs.
Right, but we're going to like having ladders as well, like on the auditorium side.
So your vision is that each floor will be a classroom kind of thing?
Yeah, and each one will have stairs going up in the front, and then there will be a trapdoor in the back of each auditorium with a ladder going to the lower one below.
With the dressing rooms being the professor's office.
Good idea.
If you take out the actual screen that is the skyscraper, you would have to add walls to keep them a separate room.
Yeah,
But yeah.
that's fine. Labor's free.
But yeah, that's all that's immediate. Oh, at the front, while it is currently been like walled off by like a stucco kind of wall, you can tell from the inside that there is like what would be like a ticket booth. Like when you enter, it's to the left. That would have an exterior spots to exchange with someone there. Although at this point, from the outside, you can't tell at all because it's kind of plastered off.
Okay, so hear me out. I'm thinking ground cute little cafe.
Sure.
Anyway, so you spend your time this morning just sort of looking about the place.
Okay.
And
Well, after I leave
giving
them
time
there,
to
I'm
think
like-
about some ideas as you go, and we can pick up with those next time.
Okay, I'll come and sit down next and sign off. I was wandering.
I've
Don't mind me.
noticed. But yeah, so
I get fucking antsy. I get really antsy.
I
I
know.
have trouble sitting still.
Oh, I know. But yeah, so join us next time as we see what they do with this place. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.